a friend of mine, Dan, had told me about X39 a little bit and mentioned it. And my background from the health standpoint is I've had back problems since I was probably 19, 20 years old. I was an auto mechanic. I worked out in the field. I worked construction. I ran a painting company. We did exterior large homes, hustling ladders in the mud. I've done HVAC work where I did blower door testing. I would test houses, crawl in the crawl spaces, crawl in the attics, inspect the ductwork, the insulation, all those things. I did this for years, carrying hundreds of pounds of equipment in and out of the house. So it accumulated into multiple issues. Pain last fall. I was at work. I couldn't go to work. I had to go to the doctor. And basically I have a letter here from December 17th, 2020 from Heartland Internal Medicine. Basically it's, Dear Ben, X-ray lumbar spine shows arthritis in lumbar spine. L5 vertebra has moved slightly forward on S1 vertebra, and there is significant disc space narrowing at L4 and 5 and L5 and S1. This means you could have nerve impingement. If pain is not improving, contact office and I will refer you to spinal triage group for further evaluation. So that was December. I was in so much, and that lasted for several days. Finally, I worked through it. I did some therapy, did massage therapy, and that kind of helped get me through it. And this month I've been doing a lot of painting on a house that I purchased, moving things, working outside in the garden. Had a lot of pain going on. The arthritis was pretty paralyzing, and I placed an order. Dan finally convinced me this was the thing to do. And I placed an order, got my order on 7/16 at 1:35 p.m. I put the first patch on. And I got my literature out, started to read it. And then I like the whoosh thing on the last testimonial because at 5 minutes, at 1:40, I'm reading the literature and I got a tingling on the top of my head, and it went down over my head, down both of my shoulders into my fingertips, and went away. And then my ears popped like I drove over the top of a mountain. And this was bizarre. I mean, my ears don't pop unless I'm in an airplane or going over a mountain. And it's just like they opened up. That was the first day. Other than that, I was like, wasn't sure if that was part of it or not. Next day, woke up, had improved clarity of thought. I was thinking more. I was thinking about things I had procrastinated on and starting to form little action plans. I didn't really think much about it. So the energy level came up towards the end of the day, which it normally goes down then. 7:18, I woke up. I had very little noticeable joint pain, which it's kind of agonizing when I first get out of bed in the morning because my knees hurt really bad and my hips hurt. I had more focus, more energy. And then on the 19th, I got up and I had zero joint pain when I woke up. I stood right up out of bed. I wasn't leaning on my knees with my hands when I stood up. I was limping upstairs, and when I would go in from outside, I have a little above average step up, and it would take 2 steps. I started walking right up that. Energy came up. Let's see. On the 20th, I went to massage therapy, and the massage therapist noticed the sciatic inflammation was greatly reduced, dramatically reduced on one side and greatly reduced on the other. From 7:20 through 7:26, I did all kinds of garden work. I was moving furniture, painting, cutting in with no ladder, reaching to the ceiling, working on a boat, jumping in and out of a boat, worked all day, went fishing all night, stood on my feet a few nights ago, all night long on a slanted asphalt surface from 11:30, 12 o'clock, and 3:30 a.m., drove an hour home, slept for 2 hours, got up and worked all day and had zero joint pain. And I went back to yesterday, back for therapy, and the therapist couldn't believe that both my sciatic nerves were almost completely reduced in swelling. And for six weeks or so, it hasn't reduced hardly at all. And so well, are you doing the exercises? I'm like, no, I put this little patch on. That's all I did. And so I've had all kinds of energy. I've been outside today. I got up 6:30 a.m. I've been jumping in and out of a boat on a trailer all day working on it. And I've still got all kinds of energy. Oh, and my acid reflux. So I have 35 years of taking Zantac. It went away last fall. I've struggled with that. I ate 3 burritos for supper tonight, and I have 0 acid reflux right now. So that is something I actually just realized tonight. And that's so the energy focus and like getting little tasks, just knocking them out left and right. And people are noticing and are asking about it. So, and that's, I couldn't even really believe it. And I'm just looking back and I'm asking people, are you noticing this? Yeah, you're not limping. Yes, you're jumping in and out of the boat. And I don't know how to explain it other than that. And the general sense of well-being, I don't know how to describe it other than that.
Wow.
So
incredible, Ben. I'll tell you, and you're right. Everyone feels a sense of well-being on this product, but let me just do a quick recap. Please repeat, when did you start the X39?
On 7/16 at 1:35 in the afternoon.
So 7/16/2021. So 12 days ago. And prior to that, your back pain on a scale of 1 to 10, would you mind telling us what it was? 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest.
Probably an average of 7.5 or an 8 on a daily basis. And it oscillates.
For many years, it was like that?
Yeah. Yeah. I've been going to a chiropractor and massage therapy since I was 19 years old.
Wow. So lifelong back issues, lifelong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And now today on July 26th, what is your pain level from a 1 to a 10?
I have 0 joint pain. 0 joint pain. I mean, it's 0.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
If I go out and I work, I can feel my muscles that I've worked them, and I feel a little bit there, but it's nothing in the joint. I don't. The swelling. This finger was swelling up. The swelling in the knuckles gone. I couldn't touch that 2 weeks ago. I couldn't do that.
So a lot of the inflammation is going away.
Absolutely. And I almost cut this off last fall and it's been sewed back on. And so I'm hoping that I'll get some improvement through that as well.
Just unbelievable. I mean, again, back pain is gone. Your mental clarity has improved. You're sleeping better. You have more energy. And I know when we spoke earlier, excuse me, you told me that you're drinking half the coffee.
Right. Oh, that was another thing. I completely quit taking all the vitamins I was taking, the enzymes and everything. And another note that I made is balance. So, I mean, I'm 58 and I don't know, when you get north of 50 and you get on the scales, it's a little wobbly. Then I'm just like steady. And it was a little thing, but I did that like multiple times, and it's kind of a little balance thing, I think.
Right.
But yeah, I don't have any balance standing on the scales. And I wasn't just trying to lean forward to make it read less either.